2,494. That's the number of young people whose dreams were crushing because the city has no university. Like poor Jaden here, who's studying at the high school and wants to be a city planner, but who worries that he'll probably end up working at the bedbug hostel down the street, just like his dad, and his dad before him. All because he can't afford to go to school out of town. Well, not on my watch. We're building a utopian paradise here where everybody gets to pursue their happiness. So today, we're not just building a university, but we're making it beautiful. Let's do this. Hey everybody, and welcome to Gaming with Vindicator, where we're building the city of Lillehammer. And I've spotted a perfect location for our new university, the university of our citizens' dreams, right here on this cliffside at the forks of this river. I think it's going to be a spectacular spot, I hope you'll agree, where we get a view of the whole downtown from this university, of the whole region really. And we've got our access to a rail line where we can put a new station over here. And I really can't wait to show you how this build turns out, because I have a feeling this might be one of my favorite builds of all time. And if you love building ivory towers and making Sims dreams come true, please hit that like button and subscribe for the algorithm's sake. And please visit my Patreon to get the save game for just $3. I've also been playing with the photo mode lighting settings, and I'm wondering, what do you think? I was not digging the dark and dreary default mode, so I've punched it up a bit. And if you want to get some of my settings, just send me a comment, I can do that as well. Actually, you know what? Thank you to another creator called Tommy, T-O-M-M-I, who had a great video about his video settings. And I'll link that in the description as well. So the first thing that we need to do is buy this very lonely tile here, because it's going to be the centerpiece of our university. Beautiful. And now that we've done that, we're going to do something a little bit strange, which in a university episode, which is build a farm. If we look at our natural resources, we have a little patch of fertile land over here. I don't want to let that go to waste. I don't want to build over it, because we have kind of a scarcity of fertile land in this episode, and certainly I know some of these I'm just not going to be building farms over here. That's going to be part of our downtown. So let's take advantage where we can and build out a little extra small farm here. And yeah, we've unlocked the dairy house, which if I've recalled from playing with this before, it's pretty handy for adding buffs to the region. So we're definitely have my sights on a new episode for some farms that's coming soon, so watch out for that. But let's get this particular farm in. And why a grain farm? Well, we actually have a pretty big deficit of grain in the region, so we're simply trying to fix that. There we go, and I've left a little bit of space beside the highway where it actually is at ground level. I don't really care if we go under the highway at all. So let's clean up that up just a little bit so we have room for some trees. Great, and let's take a look at our production deficit. I'm sure that we still have, yeah, it's a massive 411 tons per month shortage of grain. We will rectify that in the future. I have a plan for that. We're actually going to turn all of this red into green at some point, probably in a very episode that's coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. All right, and now we have the perfect opportunity to add a commuter train station to our network right about here. What better place to do that than in a major university campus? And you know, the reason I'm doing this first is because the location of the train station will determine the whole layout of the rest of the grid. So we want to get that in first. Here we go. Now we have an approximate location for this train station. I can back off the line and actually get in the train station on that main line. Great, I love that. And now let's add a stop here at this station while we're thinking of it, and let's upgrade some things in the train station. So why don't we start with, don't need extra platforms, a taxi stop, why not? And the extra station services, why not give them shops? And let's get that stopping. Great, that'll do it. And now I'm gonna build out a little bit of the road network, maybe do some grading up here. And as I go, probably start throwing in a few little amenities, some buildings, maybe even the university, so that we can actually know exactly where the road network is going. But one thing I did forget to do is purchase the university upgrade here. So we'll come over here and do that. All right, so you can see the basic road layout taking shape, and you understand hopefully why I added the train station first, because the roads coming off of it kind of set the standard for where the grid's going. And you know, obviously I've workshopped this prior, and I'm kind of looking at a screenshot of my sandbox build to figure out where everything's going. But I don't know, we might make some changes over what I did before. I'm liking it so far because when you take a look at the view from the university, the view from the college over here, you've got an amazing, spectacular view. And that's what we're going for. So the next step will be just to flesh this out, make it beautiful. And there are a few things that we want to add. So I'm thinking buildings that you know, complement the university. So you'd absolutely want a clinic of some sort. And if you take a look at our coverage, it's, well, of course, it's not connected to the road network, but our hospital is way over here. And to get an ambulance to come all the way over here, pretty long distance. So why don't we get in a clinic? Great, we've got a clinic, and I've expanded the clinic with a little bit more space in order to make sure I block and reserve that space. And we put in a parking lot, which I think is going to be quite packed. And I don't know, what can we get in this little tiny space over here? I think perhaps a park would do it. I think that skate park is a perfect size. It's too perfect not to put there. And why would you have a skate park on a university? I don't know, maybe we have, you know, the Tony Hawk school of skateboarding. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, it fits perfectly, so we're gonna use it. What else can we get in here? I love the idea of getting a welfare office in here, but it's a little tight, so I wonder if I have to maybe jog the whole university over a little bit just to scoot this road in. I don't wanna, well, I guess I could probably pull this road over and still get access to this. Let's try that. Maybe that's the path of least resistance. So I'm hoping that still gives us access to the train parking lot. I'm gonna run this for a second and see if it's giving us any trouble. I don't think so. I think we're okay. I think we're connected. And hopefully now we can scoot that in. Yeah, it's perfect. It's in fact a little bit too much room now. Even better, I like it, I like it. And now we've got a welfare office that kind of looks like a university building. It, you know, this is one of the most versatile looking buildings in the whole game. You can use that as a campus building, you can use it as a city building, pretty much whatever your imagination allows. So thankfully we didn't have to move over to the university. What else do we want to get in here? I think this area is going to definitely need an elementary school. So we'll put that overlooking one of the parks here. I think we can call that maybe not an elementary school, but I don't know, another university building that's certainly believable. Could be the library or something like that. And I love to overdo it with our add-ons, so let's get a little more in here. We've got the money, so might as well go big. All right, what else can we do here? What did we miss and what do we want to add? Maybe some housing? I think it would make a lot of sense to get some dorms in here. And so what we'll do is we'll use some of these medium density housing. I think the EU version is a little more university believable. And our grid's a little bit skewed here. I don't love that, but hopefully we can get in 4 buildings. And of course, everything's screaming for utilities, so let's get this connected somehow. I think the quickest way will probably be to tie in over here. We might need to think about some grading, and unfortunately this house is gonna have to go because we will need some turning lanes or a roundabout or something like that. All right, everyone should stop yelling for things. The other thing I'd love to have here is some kind of cliffside road. So let's squeeze that in and see how that looks. And we'll give them some sports. We've got some tennis, we've got some basketball, we've got football, and I need to tighten this up a bit. I think I want to get something else in here, maybe another tennis court. Yeah, I really like that. And now what we can do is we can come in with one of my favorite mods and add a retaining wall to the side here. Hopefully this works out okay, but we can always tweak it. And now we've got this cool retaining wall. It's a little bit wonky and I'm just not sure it's gonna work with the roundabout here, but let's try to do a bit of grading and see if it smooths out. So that's not perfect, but I really like it. So that's the way it's gonna stay. All right, and one thing I noticed is that we have a police station over here in Elizabeth Junction right here, but we don't need that anymore because when we look at our coverage, we're set. We've got this massive police headquarters over here that can very handily serve all of this downtown residential area. We're using what, 1 of 21 vehicles, but I do want some police coverage over here, a little bit closer to the action. So we're just gonna move this one over. And that will serve that community. The other thing I want to get in here is a post office. Our coverage is absolutely terrible. We've been neglecting that for episodes upon episodes, and if we look at our coverage and processing, oh, it's horrible. And we're only at about 1/4 of the processing speed that we need. So we might actually need to think about a bigger facility in the future. But for now, I think it's going to be fine to just plunk in one more post office over here. Our second ever post office. And you know, I did mention about turning lanes over here. I think that would be really smart. Let's upgrade this a little bit so that we have not so much congestion here. I assume this is gonna become a very busy junction. It's just a bit of a bummer because I can't actually turn this into a dedicated left turn lane. I mean, there is a mod for that, and I'm seriously considering installing it after this little experience here. You know, I wish we could do better. The right turn lane might help. It might just allow people to flow through faster. It's not a problem right now, so we're not gonna create a problem. But let's see if we can squeeze a post office in here. It kind of looks like not the greatest piece of land. Might be perfect for that kind of institutional use. Yeah, not bad. And I think we're just gonna go ahead and upgrade it with the extension building. I wanna make sure we can. Yeah, extra post fans would not hurt. And this has a second upgrade, doesn't it? Yeah, so we need to scoot that over just a bit. We'll put this on first. I don't want to block our expansion of the highway, so I'm gonna be ever so careful about how I attach this before I move it. And we'll just slide it over a touch, and I think, oh yeah, this is gonna be perfect. And then if we want the mail storage extension, we're good to go. Now, unfortunately, there's no road access, so that's okay. We'll just turn this around a little bit and see if that works. And we have fixed it. Great. I think that's a perfect little thing for this spot. Oh, and you can see this is getting pretty busy. Why is that? We have a light here. I suppose it probably makes sense to have a light, but we'll keep an eye on that junction. I know I always say that, but what can you do but keep an eye on it? All right, what else do we need in here that's not zoning? Let's take a look. Oh, and let's take a look at our dorms. So yeah, they've come in nicely. I think that tree's a little tight there. They've come in, they look halfway decent. Is this enough dorm space for a university of what, 2,500 students? 2,500. I don't know, but you know what? Not everyone's gonna need to live in a dorm. We will definitely want some low-income housing at some point for the students, and let's see what else we can get in here. Yes, parks would make sense. Now we do have a number of them at the university and of course attached to the university, but we don't want to neglect anyone who might be living farther away. So let's peek at our parks, and they're sort of all concentrated in this area and nothing on the left side here. So we'll see. What does it make sense to get in here? Probably some of the usual. I want to go bigger than this. Let's go to, let's see how big a large city park is. That's pretty large, although so is this block. And I'm thinking, you know what, with the zoning here, we're gonna have to break that up. So let's put in, how do we want to do this? Yeah, if we put the park there, that works for me. And let's get just an alleyway through here. All right, something a little more interesting. That works for me. A couple more parks. I'd say our parks coverage is halfway decent, but I don't want to waste the land on the north side of this collector here. So we'll probably get in one more road here and think about a few smaller parks on top of that. And we'll think about where the road goes for the future there. And we've got this sliding underneath the rail and not crossing at grade, which is always a bonus. And we can get in just maybe some minor roads behind here to take advantage of a little bit more zoning space. And hey, by some miracle, we had a perfect grid. I love it when that happens. What else do we want to get in here? Let's scooch in one more little road. Doing my best not to break the zoning here. I've failed in this little section here, but that's okay. And what do we want to do over here? I don't want to waste this land, so let's be playful with it. Yeah, little cul-de-sac there. Hey, my first attempt at a manual cul-de-sac, so I think I nailed it. What do you think? And one thing I'd like to do is break up this grid just a little bit so that we get the zoning where I want it exactly. We're gonna go with grid and not sides of building, and that would be fine. And we'll start here and we're gonna come all the way across And is that what I want to do? I think so. There we go. And no, it's not. I wasn't even close to being straight on that one. Okay, let's try it again. And thankfully I did not break my zoning, so, you know, small miracles. I need the grid here. And we're gonna come all the way across. And I want to leave four tile. Why is it doing that? Why won't it? Okay. What are you doing? Why? Oh, that park. The park's in the way. Okay, not a big deal. Whoa, what is going on there? That is super weird. Okay. Don't ask me. I just built here. Let's get this turned around a little bit. Maybe we can scooch it on this side. Yeah. Oh, silly me. I did a road instead of a path. How did that happen? All right, that's better. We're giving a little bit of a pathway at the back. I think we'll do the same on this side. Not exactly what I had in mind. A weird little connection there, but it'll function. And we're all about functionality, aren't we? I want a crosswalk there, and I got it before, but now it doesn't want to give me that. So what are you doing to me here? Why? Why will that not give me a crosswalk? Is it because I removed the other ones? Okay, let's find out. Can I put it back? Yeah, you can. Okay, perfect. Fixed. And I think it's just time to get in some zoning. I'm kind of antsy for that. I don't know about you, but let's think about this strategically. So makes sense. I think we want to get some high density commercial outside of the station here. And man, it is hard to see anything in this view. And I know there's again a mod for that, but I don't really want to go backwards in time to the legacy flavors. So I'm just gonna do it my way. But let's get a little bit more, I don't know, that's gonna be a weird, we'll make it work. A couple more in here, and I don't wanna make this too symmetrical, but we'll do a bit more on this side. And then we're gonna switch right over to a little bit of mixed housing and, you know, vary the sizes a little bit. We'll do some 3x3s, 3x4s rather, 4x4s. We'll do a little bit of 2x4 action. And yeah, just we'll kind of taper down the height here. I don't want too many big buildings, but I do want I want to show that this area has been developing over time, and it's increasing in density. And so let's just flesh this out a little bit. We do have lots of demand for commercial, so in between these blocks we're going to just do low density commercial. This will show that there's a history of there being, you know, this was a small town and then it became a university town, and now it's booming and busting, and people are leveling up the buildings. We've got a slight demand for office here, so I'm gonna just put in a few targeted things here. I know that these get burnt out really quickly. Watch, that slider is gonna go way down, so we're gonna be just a little bit intentional with it. Maybe go back and forth with some commercial, but yeah, work it in here. And we burnt out our demand for that, so let's switch over to some housing. What are we gonna put in here? We've got our dorms here. Yeah, I just don't know that that's enough dorms for an entire university. So, you know, the university probably would own this whole city block. And so let's get in a few more of those buildings. And for whatever reason, yeah, that's trying to do a different configuration. So, whoops, we'll take a mulligan on that one and try it again. All right, now we've got the right sizes, and that'll definitely look like it's a consistent feel, a consistent motif for the dorms. Yeah, who knows? Maybe this is the cafeteria, I don't know. It looks good to me. Let's get into more housing. We're gonna go with just a little bit of low rent housing. because, you know, I think it would make sense in a university town. You've got students who, you know, they're not maybe making bank. They're working a couple jobs to make ends meet, or part-time, whatever. So let's scoot in a few of that. I don't want any tall buildings, but I think those will be fine. Maybe one more, a couple more. And then let's start thinking about some of this regular old medium density housing, and see how that looks. Oh, and look at that, we've unlocked our old factory condos. Let's not delay, let's see what that's all about. We're gonna go in here. All right, what does it give? Oh, +8 well-being within 2 kilometers. I have no idea what that works out to in the game, but I'm thinking it's probably significant. Yeah, no way to tell, I guess, but I wish I had a radius, don't you? Let's see where that actually fits. We can't put it there. It's a big boy. Wow, look at that. Next to the school? No, I don't think we want that looming over the Child Health Center. This block? Yeah, perhaps. I kind of want it central though. I want it kind of not too far off the main street. So, okay, we'll plunk it right there next to the condos. And yeah, who knows? Maybe some professors live there. In fact, yeah, no, we're gonna leave it. That looks fine. Now here's a bit of a question mark for you. Why is this train taking this pathway? How is that any faster than the outside track? And this one, is this my local train? Yeah, it is, okay. So, fine, but yeah, why is the cargo traffic coming this way at all? Shouldn't it be going, if you're going from here to out here, wouldn't you take the shorter path? Why come through the city, downtown? I don't know, man. We'll have to look at that and workshop it, so we'll check it out. But we need to continue our zoning here. Stop getting distracted. All right, so we've got our big buildings coming in. Ooh, I'm liking the way that the main strip looks. I mean, we're gonna need to flesh that out with some trees, I think, and a grass median, but you know, why don't we do that right now, actually? That'll look much better. It will hurt my eyes less. Oh yes, once those trees grow up, that's gonna be pretty nice. And you know, I do have the tree controller mod, but I'm not sure that you're able to upgrade trees that are on streets. Let's take a peek. So we want, what do we want? Replace, change tree age, yeah. And we want, I guess we want all ages. And, ooh, that's a, can I do individual trees? Whole building or net? Oh, there's it, net. Oh, cool, okay. So what do we want the age to be? We want, let's go with adult. I've actually never played with this, so let's see if it works. Oh, I've got to do it individually. I can't pull it along. Hey, it's working. Looking better. I can change the type of tree as well, and I might just try to do that. Let's see, can I? Okay, replace age, tree type, there we go. So what about spruce? What is that gonna look like? Can I do that? Doesn't want to. What am I doing wrong here? So the net, yes. Adult, sure. Change the tree type. I've picked spruce. That's not a spruce, is it? No. Okay. Not sure. Whole map. Never mind. Let's not do that. I don't know why it's not letting me do that. Oh, did that work? No, it did something. Oh, that's weird. Oh, okay, it's changing all the ages. Yeah, we don't want that, my friends. We definitely want adults. That's not. Okay, so it won't change the type of tree. I'm probably doing it wrong. If you're spotting something that I'm not, please let me know and we shall fix it. But to me, it should work. Change tree type. We've got the age we want. We've got the net. I'm stumped, man. Anyway, don't worry about it. We're just gonna try to change the age of all these trees here. All right, we've fooled everyone into thinking this neighborhood is older than it really is, which makes me very happy. And now, in the middle of all these bigger buildings, we're going to do just a little bit of row housing, because I think that is what I want, is to have a little bit more density here. Aha, so we have a zoning challenge on this side of the street because it's trying to zone off Pacific. Interesting, I used to live on Pacific. And we can fix that. So when we come in with our road services tools, this is the mod we're using, extended road upgrades, we can just put a key wall on this left side. Now there's no zoning there, and now we fixed it. And then we can remove that key wall, and that should stay where we want it. I think, although, I would like to zone that deeper, and oh, it's loading on the wrong side. Darn. And we'll try that again. And I think we can go down with a bit of density, start doing some low density housing here, but I also want to get maybe just a little bit of a shopping area in here. A couple of neighborhood shops, and then some homes, and yeah, low density for the win. What about behind the school here? What would we like to do? I think a little bit more row housing. And I might just not touch this open green space here. We'll leave that as the school's property. No touching. What else can we fit in here? Oh, look at this. It's coming together. I'm liking it. It definitely needs a bit of detailing. I need to uncliff this cliff here. But I'm seeing my vision come to life. We're also seeing a lot of traffic. That's most likely people moving in. We got to figure out how to keep this highway flowing. We also have only one way into this neighborhood, so I'm going to take a little bit of a detour, and we need a second access to this community. So first thing I want to do is we want to extend this road here. This, I guess it would be a collector of sorts, and we want to go over the river here, and we want to be high enough that if we do get some kind of expansion pack in the future, some DLC that gives us ferries. I would love to have ferries, so we want to put this up at least, I don't know, as high as this rail bridge, hoping we don't have to break it in the future. So let's do that now. So all I'm doing is eyeballing this. That's about 15 meters. I don't know, it's not. It's way higher than that. Okay, so that's about 25. I'm going to say it's 25, and we're going to make sure that we got our Skylines on. And I want to make sure that's a bridge, so we might just actually switch to bridge mode. And I don't know why my guidelines are not quite lining up the way I expected them to. I guess it's fine. And we'll come this far, maybe. I want that guideline off now. And okay, so now we're getting the pillars pretty much in a good spot for any potential ferries coming through. Yep, good. And I hope we can go down. Yeah, this pillar's gonna be right in the way. I'm hoping we can go down just enough to get under that rail bridge. Let's see. Beautiful, so I had to just mess with the existing geometry button, but we managed to get that straight under. I love it. And we'll have to back this one off in order to get a reasonable slope. Hopefully that's enough. Let's come up here back to 25-ish meters. It'll snap if it's approximately at the right height. And then I'm gonna hit home to go down to the ground. And we've got, yeah, let's try aim for about the same as the other side, so 5-ish. Whoa, what happened there? That went to, oh, I was off a little bit. That's the problem. I think I might have been having some issues with the ground as well. Let's see what the terrain's doing here. All right, we can live with that, and I don't know that we need such a bridge section. Can I, with my road tools, adjust this? What would I need for that? Would it be not elevated? I guess maybe if I come with elevated and right click? No, that's not helping. Okay, we don't want this key. Would it be a key? Yeah, that might actually be it. So, okay. Yeah, that's cool if I can do that on both sides. Problem is you're seeing right, oh, yeah, no, that I don't like that at all. So it looks okay from the air, but I'll know that it's messed up. So retaining wall, is that going to work? I might just need to up the up the ground there, but you know what? I just don't care enough. It doesn't matter. It's not important. We're gonna leave it. Good enough, he said. Now I do want to slope up to this and connect in here. It is a little bit of funky terrain here to get up there, but yeah, because I want to be flat here. I might back this off just a bit and extend this out, get a flatter pad. Yeah, that should be what I want. And then we're gonna take that height, extend it a touch, get an intersection in here right when the bridge segment stops. Come out maybe 36 meters. Okay, and then we can sort of wind our way up here. All right, and I tried to aim that so that I didn't mess around with where the ball, the middle point of the intersection was. This is really weird. Oh no, so what happened was I ran out of hard disk space and my recording software stopped working. So I lost, thankfully, only the last 5 minutes of footage, which, you know, could have been a lot worse. I could have had to record this episode over again, but I did do some stuff off camera. I bought a couple tiles over here and I added a highway interchange, and I think this is going to be very important for this part of the community because the next closest interchange is all the way over here. So if you wanted to come off the highway here, you need to go all the way here, backtrack, and come to the university. So not ideal, but I think this is going to be a very important junction over here. I did a very simple, I think this is called a partial cloverleaf. At least this is what we kind of do where I live. So if you know what this is called, please let me know in the comments. But I think it's going to function quite well. It's very simple. And I've oriented this, what is it, Fairview Street, to come right across. Eventually this will become a bridge and it will be serving this island here, which definitely we want to start populating some of these islands in the near future. And because why not? It's fun. So let's do that. And yeah, we might even turn this into another interchange with off-ramps and things at some point. So anyway, sorry that you missed me getting to build that, but hey, it's not that exciting of an interchange. Anyway, it's more functional. All right, back to our university town, and there's just a few more things I want to do, and one of those is to get some telecoms over here. And I know that if I come over and use the regular old radio mast, I don't know, we're not giving ourselves a whole lot of coverage and bandwidth, so I'm going to go ahead and unlock this telecom tower. And the way that you do that is, of course, with these dev points. We're under the communications tab, and we'll spend our 4 dev points to get that. I think it would be important because we're not just going to stop at building this university, we're going to be on this side of the island as well. So let's give them internet. And I'm turning contour lines on, and I want to find a high point if possible. I kind of want to be sort of near the middle of this this island, but not too far from the city we've just built either. So I'm thinking this looks like a pretty reasonably sized hill. Now I want to make sure we're orienting this the proper way, so I'm just going to turn all our snaps off and allow me to turn this around, and we'll plunk this right on the top of this hill here. Of course it's going to say road required, and we know what we have to do. We have to run a road up and down this hill. I think, you know, an alleyway would be perfect. Let's get our little segment of straight road on to start and come out yay far. Then we'll just curve this all the way down the hill, switching back, I suppose. Quite the heck of a grade there on Orchard Lane, but I don't think it's an issue because this is not going to be an extremely well-trafficked road. It's just, you know, for these, what is this, 10 employees to get up here, 10 cars, and who knows if this needs, does this need to be staffed anyway? I mean, it says 10 employees, but who knows what they're doing at this tower? I thought they were kind of standalone and you just build them and forget them, but what do I know? So. Okay, we've got our telecoms, and let's check our coverage, make sure that we're happy. Yep, looks good. And does this offer us any upgrades? It does not. So that's perfect. We've done all that we need to do there. We've got our post office in. I'm curious, let's check our processing speed now that we've put a second post office in. I'm guessing it's still, yeah, it's better. It doubled from what it was, but we're still half short of what we need. So we might have an episode soon where we tackle a post office, or perhaps just build one downtown. But that's another day. All right, what's next? We did miss a little bit of zoning in spots like this little square here. What do we put next to a stadium? I think we've got to put in some commercial, at least on the one side. We'll be very targeted on that. We'll do half commercial, and I'm looking at this. What do we think here? And there we have it. Now, you'll probably have noticed, like I have, that some of these row houses zone in without the full depth. Now, that to me is crazy. That's valuable land back there. I'm wondering why. Anyone know? Anyone know? Let me hear your thoughts, and maybe it's just a bug, or maybe it's a feature. I don't know. This one's a little too close to the edge, so we're gonna let that zone right back in. Okay, great. And all the way over to the other side, I think we've got to get... Now, what is going on here? This is a low rent housing. It's been abandoned. What is going on here? Unhappy because small homes. Okay, well, yeah, that's kind of the point of low rent housing, people. And if you're a university student, you certainly are going to take what you can get. At least I did when I was in university. And I wonder why this hasn't zoned in. I guess it's because I haven't actually zoned anything. Better. Again, we've got these little small guys in here that we don't want to see. So we'll take them out. That fixes that. And now I made the mistake of zoning all this on the top of the collector here without keeping my promise about giving them parks. So let's see where we short some parks. Yeah, there's nothing really on that north side. I don't want people to have to cross the road with their toddler to go to a park. So let's fit some stuff in here. We are really doing lovely things for these people in this community because this is a lot of parks. We're doing well here, so let's keep going. Wasn't that interesting? I'm really not sure how that became a bridge that was supposed to be at grade. Okay, not sure why the game treated it as a bridge, but we shall put it back to what it was supposed to be.
No, God!
And look at all that foot traffic. I just love seeing pedestrians. That's what you want in a city, isn't it? And now while we're playing with paths, I want to turn this waterfront cliffside into a whole series of walking and running trails for the university. I understand that in California, what's the university? It's Stanford, I think. They have all kinds of cool trails that go up into the hills, and I'd like to replicate a little bit of that. But of course, I have really brutalized the cliffside here, and we're gonna have to smooth it out a bit. So I'm gonna take this the strength down to about maybe 30%. Brush size, we need to go up just a bit. And we'll be very gentle, and hopefully we can just make this a little bit more reasonable. We're not going to get much luck on the side here where it's very steep, but I'll try to fix it as best I can. I'm not sure that I've done exactly what I want. This is still extremely steep, and in fact, in truth, I think that might be a key wall. So let's put in a key wall. I think that's a pretty good basic layout, but there are some pieces with these crazy retaining walls, and I don't think that would happen in a million years. So let's fix those, smooth them out, and make it look pretty. Good enough. Okay, well, I'm thinking that's looking pretty good. Obviously, we gotta fire some trees in there, but we've got some beautiful walking paths, multiple tiers. This would be a great place for students and professors to run, to walk, to get away from the hustle and bustle, the math problems, all that stuff. And while we're doing a little bit of detailing, I don't know why this is paused. I'm going to use another mod, and I honestly forget which one this is called. I'll put it in the description here, but we have a surface painter essentially, and I would love to make this university campus look a little more integrated. And so if we come over here on the ground option and the ground tab, we've got grass surface 2, and let's paint this out, and I think we're gonna get something similar to this or possibly the checkerboard pattern. So let's see how it looks and test this out. I kind of like that. It's manicured. It's not the same as this one though. So let's see if I can find the same one. Yeah, that's not quite it either. This is way too bright. So let's try, is it the checker? It's not the checkered lawn, is it? Grass surface. Let's see. Yep. That's pretty close. So let's delete this one by right-clicking all these nodes, and let's actually just delete this and start over. How do we like that? Is it exact? I'm not sure that those are, well, no, they're pretty close, if not exact. So, all right, we'll leave it at that. But I still think I like this grass surface a little bit better. It looks a little bit more manicured than the other one. And let's see, how do we like it here? Yeah, I really do like that. We're gonna kind of come through with this grass surface and make this look like a manicured Ivy University. And you see, this is the same pattern as in this this park here, this outdoor study area. So we're not doing too badly. And the great thing about this mod is that I can pull even something from another asset and expand the ground texture. So I'm just gonna pull this stadium concrete area right out to the road, and yeah, kind of fill it right to the edges of the road. We can do that on, well, we don't need to do that on this side. It's not necessary, but I think it looks great on this side. So we'll leave it at that. And I'm wondering, even in here, we could probably do a little bit of node work, put a little bit of more grass. How do we like that? We like it. We like it a lot. And oh, look at my buildings just fall into the ground. Okay, I'm wondering what happened there. Was that noise pollution? Isn't that interesting? So let's take a look at the noise pollution. Okay, it looks like the university itself is creating all that noise pollution. I wonder if, like in City Skylines 1, you could put in trees and that would reduce noise pollution. So we'll let this zone in again, and we'll see if we can salvage that. Do we want a texture here? I think we do. These look like to be the same checkered lawn pattern, although these are different. I wonder why. Did we accidentally mix North American with European? I don't think we did. Let me do something crazy and bulldoze these and see if they come back as something a little bit more similar to this style. And let's get a grassy surface in here as well. Ooh, yeah, okay, I like that. So, again, it's not exactly the same as what's underneath those buildings, but it definitely looks better. It ties itself in with the rest of the university, and I think we might even do it on this side with the elementary school slash whatever we've decided this building is. Perhaps a cafeteria, a study hall, Beautiful. We are certainly doing good things here. Let's clean up the rest of it. Yeah, I kind of love that. What do you think? Does it tie everything together? I think it does. And you know what? I'm gonna get better at using this surface painter because it's gonna be really handy. I love the idea of doing a little bit more detailing. Now, of course, we can't just leave it as empty grass. We're gonna have to get some trees in here. Do we want any other surfaces anywhere else? I think we'll just stick to the university campus and leave it at that. And what about in front of the train station? No, I think we're gonna leave that as is, it's fine. But let's get in some trees. Yeah, let's do that. And again, I'm gonna use the tree controller mod. Now, I wanna go with the place multiple. I want a very big brush, and I wanna select my trees. So I've already created a custom asset, but I don't have any bushes in here. So let's maybe just add a few. Doesn't need to be anything wild, but maybe the flower bushes. Yeah, I don't want cultivated. This is gonna be wild, so maybe, oh, I have to, I think, control click it. Something's off. Shift click it? No. So I'm doing something wrong. I forget it. Oh, there we go. I'm control clicking, and it doesn't want me to select, huh. I don't know. I'm not sure why exactly it's doing that. Yes, for some reason it doesn't want to let me add any of those bushes, so alright, fine, you win. We'll just stick with trees, and I want a pretty strong brush strength, so let's increase this to say 80, and let's get some trees in here along this, this cliffside. Very good, and I've gone bananas with the trees here, which I think is exactly what we want. I mean, this would be populated with trees anyway. Nothing is going to be developed here on this cliffside. It's a perfect sort of university park. You know, I think we might have to put in a key wall here. Let's do that quick. Great, I love the wildness of this cliffside now. And inside the university, we're gonna do something totally different. I want it to be completely manicured and precisely laid out, designed. And so we're gonna get rid of some of these errant trees here and do it intentionally. Well, how do we like it? It looks pretty damn good, I would say, and I'm proud of it. Yeah, that's a spectacular looking space. And if I were a student, again, I would want to go somewhere like this. This is really beautiful. I didn't go to a university like this. I went to a glorified high school, but you know, I'm really happy with how this turned out. We've got our dorms over here, we've got our parks, we've got our elementary school, we've got the university proper, we've got the college, parks galore, sports, amenities, we've got our welfare, our football, and I don't know, I just think that this really turned out really well. And we've got our train station. How is the 54 passengers waiting? Okay, not that many, but at least we have, you know, a transit option serving this community. We don't have a bus line, which is something that, let's get that in now. And I think what we're gonna do is just ping one right back and forth to the downtown station. So let's get in some additional bus stops and get the line going. All right, we've got that route completed, but I don't want it coming down this arterial. I want to move this with a waypoint over to this bus lane road. I want this this to be used as much as possible. Okay, I think that worked. We've got that line off the main road here and into the back bus lane where it belongs. We've got it pinging from the bus station, kind of doing an express dance all the way over here, cutting right at this junction and stopping at the mine and the water treatment plant. Nobody's here, but this will be in the future probably a useful stop. And then pinging toward the other train station and kind of down the center of town and then looping around. So let's see how that works. I'm going to put it at top speed and we're gonna let it run. And there's just a few more things that I want to do with this episode. In fact, probably only one more thing, and that is get in a disaster shelter because I'm future-proofing. I know that disaster can wipe out a significant chunk of our population if we're not well prepared. So we got to go into our fire and rescue, over to the disaster tab, and I'll see that we have shelter capacity for 40,000 residents. We have 42,000, almost 43. And this little one can hold 1,000 plus the 1,500. I'm actually curious, how many people live here now? Let's get in an area, a zone, district, in order to see how many people actually live in this area. What do we have? Thornton Crossing. Oh gosh, doesn't really work for a university, does it? Let me see if I have some names in my list here that I could leverage. I'm going to be super uncreative and call this the University of Lillehammer. And that is my challenge to you, my dear viewers, to come up with something better because that can't last. And I would love for you to get your name, whatever you choose, into the build. Now, the purpose of that was we want to see how many people live here. We have 3,300 approximately. And I'm curious, are they educated? It looks like yes, they are. There's 1,700 educated people, 336 and 176 well and highly educated. Okay, so great. I'm guessing if I point my view at the industrial area, yeah, we've almost eliminated the lack of high-skilled labor problem that we had a couple episodes ago. We still have a little bit of not enough customers. That's fine. That will persist. I'm not worried about it. But we've eliminated that problem with education. Let's look at our stats here. Okay, so we still don't have enough space for our college-educated people. Now, not all these people will ever go to college, even if we have the spaces. So given that we have 2,400 in and we have the capacity for 3,000, not too worried. We only have 912 people in university. That's curious. And going down apparently. So university is popular. We were correct in our assumptions about the whole purpose of this episode. Can I add anything? This won't help. Increases the chance of graduation. No thanks. Already got that. And then the same thing on this side. So we can't increase the capacity, but that's fine. This is not quite 2/3 full. And this one is, oh my gosh, not even half full. So that's very interesting. Okay, I'm sure that's going to fill out a little bit, but we've done something great. Anyway, we've got about 3,300 people in this district. We're going to put in at least 2 small disaster shelters because when you upgrade those, they can hold 1,500 people each. There's extra space around the city, so we're not too worried about having exactly enough, but you can see our coverage is very, very non-existent on this side. So let's find a really kind of useless piece of land and stick in a disaster shelter somewhere. And let's upgrade those with the, what is it called? Advanced air recycling, additional 500 capacity. Boom, done. And where was the other one? It was over here. Same thing. I don't really see the point of the extra consumables, extra 10 tons of food. We've got 40. Yeah, I don't know. Just doesn't make sense to me. I don't think our residents will be in those shelters that long. Okay, that's probably it for what we want to add to this episode. Let's quickly check our bus line and see how it's doing. Wow, 476 passengers. Is that our busiest line? It is just shy by 3 passengers. That's amazing. And this one, downtown A, we can see that we're 104% capacity. Let's get some more buses on that line. This one, do I want to change the color? Yeah, I think we're a little too close to other colors. I don't know, I'm kind of running out of ideas for colors here, so let's see what can be unique. Nice dark purple should do it. Okay, and yeah, we are way up there with ridership, which is awesome. This is one of our longest lines, and let's just reduce the buses somewhat because 60% we can drop some buses. I'm curious if our depot actually has enough. Let's drop this by 2, and let's give ourselves a little more capacity on the downtown A and B line. And notice our buses are short. We don't have enough, so we're gonna have to go check our depot, which we built a couple episodes ago next to our fire station here. Yeah, we're at maxing out here basically, you know, with no real downtime for these buses. So let's do an addition. I've left the space for it. Let's zone that, or rather grade that out just a little bit because it's kind of slopey. And that'll add 10 buses. I'm hoping that's enough. Let's see what happens. What's happened is not a whole lot of anything. It's taking its time to update. I don't even think I've seen any buses come out of here yet. So I'm convinced they will though. And if we go check back on our bus lines, let's see, we have 8 and 9. I think that was exactly what we left it at. So one of these lines is always more busy than the other. In our university line, 70%, 500 passengers, really good. We've done something amazing with that. I want to just peek at that in a little more detail because I'm kind of obsessed with the transit lines. So let's look at these stops. All right, this one here, 548 passengers waiting. Wow, and that's over here. Interesting. So I guess maybe that's a transfer opportunity for all these people coming from the rest of the city and wanting to go to the university. Yeah, I don't know. They must be coming from up here. I wonder why they wouldn't just drive. Still figuring out this simulation and how the algorithms work, but it's really cool to see so many people waiting. If I lived outside this house, I'd be kind of upset, but or inside that house. But I think this is going to sort itself out. It does take some time for these things to balance out. We're already down to 122 waiting. What about here? This must be the station, correct? Yeah, so look at this. We are jammed. I'm loving this. Although we do have to be mindful that this is a bit of a problem because we're overloaded with capacity here. We've used every single bus bay, and I think we might start needing to think about higher capacity transit, which is probably trams at this point in the game. Other stations, they're all pretty okay. I think there's one over here, but yeah, they're being used. Really cool to see this. And how's the view from the college front of it? That is pretty spectacular. You've got basically a 360-degree view of the region, and I would love to go to school there. Man, that's beautiful. Well, what do you think? Please let me know in the comments. It's always appreciated to get your feedback. I love that as I'm playing, you're watching along with me and you're along for the ride, the journey. And you know, I know the tendency is to just want to watch, but I'd love for you to drop a comment. You know, it is so easy to get your feedback into this build because, you know, at this point my channel is still small and growing. But if you have an idea, if you have a name for a region, please drop it into a comment. If you have an idea for the next build, please let me know. I'd love to take your ideas and run with it, you know. And just FYI, I think what we're going to do next is a little bit of work with the water features tool. We're going to put some beautiful streams running down these mountains, and that's in preparation for turning this whole area into a rural farming area. So really excited about that. I hope you like how the university turned out. Thanks so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, please hit the like button, subscribe, all that jazz for the algorithm, as they say. And consider supporting me on Patreon. If you want to get the save game for Lillehammer, it's only $3, and you can get that link in the description. So thanks again so much for watching. Have an amazing day. I really appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.